Blam!
Ah!
Welcome everybody.
Give it a pow.
Ooh. Welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice, where I, Wouter Baumann, am the GM of Bob Ross, Crystal, Max, and Maxine. No, wait, that's not Bob Ross. That's just our own man, Charlie. But his hair.
It's just a happy little accident. Don't worry about it.
Your hair is a happy little. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we love it, and we love you.
Yeah, so Crystal has some of our technical difficulties tonight. You probably won't see her move a lot. Her PC is, well, updating, and she just borrowed some of her friend, and it's not as good.
Yeah. Hannah will be under the constant effect of a blur spell.
But you can't hear me, so it's fine, right?
I think it's more of a slow spell, honestly.
Yeah, like the time streams are not aligned with her physical movements and her auditory rigmaroles. However, now that we have the technical difficulties out of the way, or well, we know what they are, there will be no other technical difficulties whatsoever, because that's how this works.
Yeah,
Don't
we
jinx
had
it.
one. That's enough.
Yeah. That's good. We already have it. I'm feeling good. I had a real productive week, and I did a lot of world building today, and I'm feeling very excited for this beautiful session. I hope all y'all will join me in it. Did you also have a good week?
Busy, rather busy, but good. Always busy,
Yeah.
right? It's
Hella tired from camping, so.
Phil tired.
Bill?
I know.
I came back like
it was
half a
good.
week ago.
Yeah, I came back half a week ago. It was a very tiring week, but it was awesome.
It was great.
So
It was great.
Yeah.
If
So yeah,
But if you're very tired from vacation, I think you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mentally and spiritually recharged. You know,
That's it.
just not physically.
Very good.
I'm not done eating yet, so if people can feed me a lot, then I'd be happy. Because I want to finish my dinner.
Yeah, because we all know, like Crystal, you are not allowed to eat whatsoever. So Max,
I'm not allowed to unless
What?
people
Which-
like feed me.
you're not allowed either.
Oh.
You're not allowed either. However,
Oh,
what we
okay. I
are
thought in
allowed to
general.
do is play this beautiful game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So, shall we play a game?
Da, ksh, da, 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 pff, da, da, da.
Very lovely to see the two
yeah.
different sides of Charlie.
One with and one without his luscious locks.
Yes.
But his character, recall the Dragonborn champion, does not have hair. So let's tune into him and his friends. Last time we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, had eventually convinced the different fake creatures here in these realms to let them aid in their war against the creatures of shadow from a place called the Shadowfell. This was not a small feat, as Hannah, eventually, after a long time, was able to connect with Melora. And the vision that she gave her of the dark tendrils of the Shadowfell creeping through these lands, the tendrils that she needs to eradicate, gave a beautiful display of divine power. And with that display of power, the different treants and fake creatures in these realms were convinced that Hannah and her companions were to be trusted.
Except Iroh.
Except Iroh, but like,
Well,
whatever.
it's a bit of both.
So, after all of this, our heroes gathered information of the whole situation. You met with a high elf known as Dimitra, who was sent here from the Feywild as a sort of, missionary, there we go, to help keep the peace in these lands, to keep the balance between these two realms, the Feywild and the Shadowfell. You learned why these treants lived in these realms, as there was a portal to the Feywild itself. And you also learned what the actual goal of these people from the Shadowfell were. And that was to eradicate this portal to the Feywild and substitute their own portal to the Shadowfell. You also learned the identity of the foes that you are now hunting. They are known as Darklings, old fey creatures that were banished long ago, and seemingly now, under the rule of some sort of entity, group, whatever it might be, called the Court of Shadows, has taken up arms against the very Feywilds from which they hail. As you are now sort of enlisted as outsiders in this war, Dimitra also gathered information from you, the vision of Hannah being a great boon in the campaign against all of these different shadow people all across the land. And from that you also have your very first target. An old fort somewhere here within the Cragged Hills that was, well, tried to be a bastion of civilization but quickly failed and is now laying in ruins. You already were gifted with a couple of healing potions to aid you in this endeavor. And now, as the day draws to a close, you are making preparations for the next leg of your journey. So, as we are come to the last evening here in the encampment of both treants and fey creatures, pack members, what would you like to do?
Prepare some tea for the way.
This can be done. This can be done. Although it will be difficult to keep it hot, though.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Although,
we have a bag of holding. Can you keep things warm in a bag of holding?
No,
Can we make like a furnace of holding?
furnace of holding. Well, you do, as you are a beautiful herbalist, Allison, you did gather a couple of things known as flame cloves. So you could make hot garlic tea. Yes. It could be a thing.
I prefer to use those things differently.
To bring physics into this equation, in the bag of holding, it's inside like a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's not really the heat transfer.
No.
So there's some radiation into a vacuum, but not much.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, couldn't we just use the bag of holding for this?
What the thing is, you know what the biggest difference is between D&D 5th edition and Pathfinder?
Ancestral.
Pathfinder has thought of a lot of shit.
Yes.
Oh.
I do know that.
I thought that you were gonna say that D&D is played by nerds and Pathfinder is played by real nerds. Like, let's bring physics into this equation.
Also true.
Oh, my legends.
We're not the jocks? Damn.
We're legends.
Yeah. And the Call of Cthulhu is Goths, of course.
Yeah,
I think
very
D&D
true.
is jocks.
D&D is
Yeah.
kind of jokes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's more mainstream. And then, of course, you have more the side things and such.
Yeah, I think
Let's
we're
see.
somewhere in
Alright.
between as we're playing Pathfinder 2nd.
Like you have the sci-fi nerds that play Star Wars.
So Gurkhal,
Yes, thank you.
he,
Gregor.
Gurkhal spends his time training with his newfound weapon. He isn't good at discovering new things on his own per se, but he copies the training regimen that he got back on the not on the Royal Migration, the other ship. And he and he's going to spend some time doing repeating motions with his new sword, getting used to it, getting used to the weight. He's praying while doing this is in his own tongue,
Allison will
and
dance
he's
with
going
you.
to be spending. Sweet, yeah. Feel free to join. Gurkhal welcomes the company, but he seems to be distracted by prayer, and you notice that as he's training, we're deep in the woods, right? There's this slight rustle in the leaves as wind blows through, and this ray of sunlight hits the blade, and it ignites once more, but brighter, as I transfer my divine ally into the sword. I
Go ahead.
add the ghost touch ruin to it.
Very nice. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Gurkhal.
Percepzione.
Percepzione.
Let's see. What's my perception? Ooh,
I hope you know.
it's not a great number. That's an 8. Plus 15, so 23.
Ooh, 23. You have been attuned to the Midsummer Blade for the better part of a week now. And now that
Yeah.
you are attuned to it for this long a time, and you put the divine spirit of Kuronao in the form of a ghost touch rune into the blade, you can see that the blade accepts this new power gladly. It is very much in tune with the magic of Kuronao, as two metal fans meeting each other at a festival and instinctively knowing that they are all going to be good friends as they are wearing the same band shirt. It seems that the Midsummer Blade, a blade of sunlight itself, is, although it is not sentient, it does give a nod of approval to its wielder, as you are also a wielder of the sunlight from a different source, but still.
Nice. Yeah, Gurkal, he's made a new friend. You've noticed during previous session that he was kind of silent, and but in character you also noticed this. So he's been a bit more withdrawn, focusing on training with the blade. He really likes it, but he's taking it more seriously than you've seen him take things before.
That's odd for you.
Very nice. Allison, go ahead and make a performance check for me, as you go ahead and enter with Gurkal into this blade dance of yours.
That is a 28.
28, very nice. You take a good look at Gurkal as he said himself, caught up in prayer a lot. So the steps are slow, as if you were training. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the beautiful cold iron of your blade hitting the gleaming white metal in the form of a flame of the Midsummer Blade gives almost this melodic tune. Cling, cling, cling. So pure, so nice. The magical metals are resonating with each other. And as such, the dance that you are making together is a beautiful one.
Nice. Interesting. Are there any Fae watching?
Eventually, as you guys are doing this, you can see that, what you've seen so far, there's a small war camp of different elves and faunus creatures from the Feywild that are here to, keep the peace. And next to that, there are also a couple of pixies. Altogether, there are probably 3 to 4 dozen altogether. And while all the elves and the faunus are staying put, you do see that eventually, a little pixie flies by, takes a look, and then flies away again. You don't have a lot of viewers, but you guys are doing it out in the open, so
Yeah,
sometimes something flies by and takes a look.
because Allison is a little bit worried about the blade he's wielding right now, as it's cold iron, and
Yep.
yeah, he's quite hesitant to bring it into camp.
Yeah, they do, all the different fake creatures that come and watch do swallow for a second before they leave again, as the blade itself already gives them shivers,
Yeah.
as cold iron is poison to these creatures.
Yeah, at some point, Gurkal, you noticed
By the
that,
way-
that Allison basically mentions, I think I need to find a new blade. He's thinking about it.
You wish to borrow my spear?
Oh no, I cannot wield that thing. No, I think I just need to reforge this one. I like the structure and I like the blade itself, but I don't think we need cold iron in our situation. What is your blade made of currently? The Midsummer Blade. Can I have a look?
Gurkal kind of looks suspiciously for a moment. It is made of sunlight, yes? And he holds it out towards you.
Can I inspect the blade?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me. Let's see if you can, flashback, remember something of your parents that enchanted different magical items.
Natural 16 plus 11, 27.
27. You take a look at the blade, and there are a couple of different materials that come to mind. Is it adamantine? Is it mithril? Is it cold iron? Silver? All of the basic magical materials that come to mind, it's not one of those. So it needs to be something a little bit more,
Exotic.
extravagant. Exotic, that's the right word, yeah. But you don't know the metal specifically. It's very white.
All right. Interesting. I wonder if we can fight more of this, and where it grows.
And Allison, go ahead and make a history check for me real quick.
History is not a thing.
Oh, sorry. Then, god damn it. Just
Occult
make it straight up
or
intelligence.
Occult,
Just make it straight up.
nature or
lore.
No, this is just if you remember something that has been said to you last week.
In that case, with a +3, that's a 15.
15 for straight up intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. You said I'm not going to need this cold iron blade anymore.
Well,
you do remember that your
Darklings,
foes, yeah, the Darklings, they are fake creatures, and you come to think like, but why didn't my blade hurt them more before?
Yeah.
But those were apparitions.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay.
So if you were to fight not their avatars, but their actual beings, then it would do extra damage. Nice.
You would assume so.
That's a good thought.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. So after this, so this is like afternoon or something. We're leaving tomorrow morning. Is the idea?
Yeah, late afternoon this week.
Okay. So after training, Grakal is gonna start up a little fire, and with his flame breath, and he's going to invite over Hannah. But I don't know if anyone else wants to do something before it gets to dusk.
Yeah, as we're actually training, and Allison notices that you're quite in thought, I would like to ask you a couple of things. So, Grakal,
Yes.
what's up your mind?
My mind.
Yes.
I cannot wait. This sword, it speaks like Krunau. Well, no, not like Krunau, but it feels like Krunau. I wish to slay great monsters with it. Cannot wait to face Badao, die in glorious battle against him, or slay him.
Is that all? Is that all there's
Yes.
to it? Alright. Do I believe him?
Krunau has given me purpose. Well, destroy. He says to purge this land.
Do I believe Grakal
And-
when he says this?
I don't think Krakal's gonna lie about this. I think Krakal rarely lies about
That's
stuff.
true. That's true.
I believe that for
Right up
lying,
until Iroh taught him how to.
I believe that for lying you needed like a certain level of understanding of the language, and Grakal is just not there yet. So
Fair enough. Alright.
But must speak to Hannah later.
I like your focus.
She's chosen. Yes. I
think you've grown more adult the past few months. I like it.
feel less angry. The Maddox, he has been slain. Revenge, taken, is good. But Krunau has given greater purpose. Now, I not protect slaves only, but I protect world. Must destroy Badao. Will feast upon his innards.
I'm not sure if a Shadow Dragon actually has innards, buddy.
shadow innards.
I guess we will find out, yes?
Yeah, we will. We will. Alright, let's train some more and then go.
Yes.
King, 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 king. And so your dance continues until eventually dusk falls over this small encampment. There's still this beautiful, small, undeep stream that eventually coalesces in this small pool, which functions as the Fey Crossing, the portal to the Feywild. Next to it, the small war camp is set up. Where do you guys want to set up your tents? Do you want to be next to all of the other elf warriors? Or would you like to set up camp somewhere else?
I would definitely
I want
like
to be
that.
close to them.
Yeah.
I don't mind. So
All right.
wherever the other guys are gonna put their tents.
After like 3 hours total, I think that you guys have been here until now. You set up camp next to them, and after a little bit of a nodded welcome, you are allowed to set up your camp and eventually also set up a little bit of a campfire so you can prepare your evening meal.
Is there a fan going off in your room, Wouter? Because there's a little bit of disturbance in this sound. But
Is it?
yeah, a
Well, the
little.
only fan that's going off right now is my laptop, who is trying to figure out how to get rid of all of its heat.
All right.
There's a disturbance in your sound.
I hope
Sorry.
people don't mind at all. All right.
So the campfire I mentioned earlier, it's not going to be the one I cook over. It's going to be like more off into the distance. Basically the edge of just pure wilderness and our bit of territory. So Iroh, Hannah, are you doing anything or shall I continue?
I'm not doing jack shit. I'm just
Nah, I'm just
chilling. I'm preparing my weapons for
Ooh.
tomorrow, which means that I'm probably just eating, sleeping, and maybe drinking a bit, and that's about it.
Marshmallow.
I'm probably just having a small meltdown for figuring out that I still have parents and that I'm kind of sort of chosen for Melora, I guess. I'm just chilling with the tree ants.
So Gurkal comes and picks you up. He walks over to you and
Mhm.
he pokes you with the hind end of his spear. So that's the not sharp part.
Okay.
And yeah, I saw you looking.
So.
And he grunts. Hannah,
Yes?
Must have.
What's up?
talk.
Oh,
Night
okay.
comes. We speak. You follow?
Okay. Yeah.
Good. So Gurkal leads you off to the edge of our camp to where this little fire is burning. Just a little glowing, just this little campfire. It doesn't seem very sustainable, but it's not burning bright either. So as
Mhm.
darkness falls, it's one of the few sources of light right now. And he instructs you to sit down on one end, and he sits over, or he kind of just kind of leans over on his end, like this. What do you call it? The Slavic something.
Yeah.
Stop squatting.
The squat.
Squat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squat. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So he does a squat, and he still towers over you. And he looks down at Hannah. You also chosen, like Gurkal.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
stupid
she didn't
magic.
really.
Your power is from the gods. Yes.
Yeah, I believe that's true. Yeah.
Yes. Gurkal was 6 winters old when first chosen. Not many winters like here in where I come from. We have very few. Many summers. But Gurkal, chosen, told he was to fight for Kurunau. Now you fight for Melora.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't think I was chosen by anybody else or something. But I'm not even sure if she really chose me or if I was just at the right place in the right time.
You speak silly words. Of course, chosen. If right place, right time. Only gods say that you are. Yes? Not up
I
to you.
mean, yeah. I guess you're right.
Yes. Hannah,
Yeah.
Grakal, with all the light of Kurenhau, Grakal loves Hannah, yes?
I love you too.
But Hannah must stop being little girl now. You have been chosen by God. Must take seriously. Not be afraid. Be strong, like Grakal.
Well, I can be afraid sometimes, right?
Yes. But it does not decide for you, yes? Only what
Yeah.
God say you must do will decide for you.
So I
It-
can't make my own choices?
No, not until God says. You have been chosen.
It's confusing.
The world must be saved from Badao. You are my greatest ally now. Allison, Iroh, strong members of the pack, but not chosen by God yet.
Wait, so we are the leaders of the pack now?
No, not leaders. But if sacrifice must come, must be us. For it is will of the gods. They can falter. We cannot.
So I have to sacrifice myself in any way I can.
No, only if you have to. Grakal ask, must make sure, when time comes to slay Badao, you will not choose yourself, or Grakal, or Melo, instead of saving world. If they die, if we die, so be it.
So I shouldn't save my friends?
You know what is best. If you find wisdom of Malora, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot say for everything that happens now, but can say that you cannot be someone who makes own choices. You must be one who makes choice to save world.
So I can't make a choice ever. Or just
Recall
in
not
battle.
sure if you not understand or being silly.
I understand partially because okay, so if we're in battle, I should always choose to fight for the world instead of fighting for myself and my friends.
Yes.
But you're saying that I can't make my own choices, but what if we're not in battle?
When Hannah poops is your choice. When Hannah eats
Okay.
is your choice.
Okay.
But
So I don't have to.
when destiny calls, you must answer.
Okay.
Grakal will sacrifice himself, if must. I must know that it will not be for nothing.
Yeah. Okay. I think I understand.
Good.
Yeah.
Grakal did not make up these words. These are words great shaman said to me when I became chosen.
Oh, and you were only 6?
Well, I was strong hunter. But yes, not many winters.
Huh.
So
You had an interesting childhood.
I had awesome childhood. Many kills with tribe. was good. Still, thank you. If you wish, Grakal can tell you more of what Shaman told Grakal
Yeah, I'd like
on
that.
how to serve the gods.
Yeah, you can be my mentor. I
Yes.
think. Partially,
Mentor as
maybe?
avatar of great god warriors. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening indoctrinating. Scratch that. Instruct.
You're
Oh
basically
no, I'm going to kill myself.
you're basically becoming such a guy who learns, like lottery winners, how to deal with all of that money. Go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Oh, you're
Let's
gonna mess up
see
Hannah
what's my
so
religion.
much.
Yeah, I'm going to be reckless as fuck.
She needs to stop being scared of everything, and it's an 11, so that's plus 8, that's a 19.
All right. So, a lot of things that Hannah had already tried through instinct, Grakal now also lays out for Hannah, and that does like consolidate the knowledge a little bit on how one does the praying and how one does the communication with the god, or like trying to get in tune with the god's will and understanding what choices to make and what choices not to make. As Hannah herself already learned that the messages of the gods can be cryptic at best. So it does help. It does help. Nice.
Cool.
And with that, eventually, as the pack members gather around the campfire, eat a meal, and eventually go for a long rest, this time among friends, in a somewhat hospitable habitat. You eventually awaken the next morning, ready to venture forth on the next leg of your adventures. So, as the morning greets you all, you gather up your things. The bag of holding is stuffed full with both your tent, supplies, magic potions that you had received from your benefactors here, and looking at the different notes and map that you actually saw of Dimitra, you can figure out that the journey to your next destination will be one that takes about 2 days. Dimitra does say, however, that with a little bit of aid of her, you can plan a route that is a lot easier, as they are very familiar with the surrounding terrain, and as such should keep you out of harm's way that normal travelers would be, inclined to trip into. So that will help. So let me just start with that. I would like somebody to make a, let's see, this would be...
Survival?
This would be a survival check, let's say. As Dimitra goes over all of the different locations, what different landmarks you should look out for.
Should I do it?
After that, should ignore. Yes, if somebody would do it, and I think Hannah is the best
I
with.
will, yeah.
Somebody can try to aid her, if you will.
Yeah. I'm a stalk Hannah, keep talking to her about gods and shit.
So is this at the start as we're still in the camp, or is this during the road as well? Because if it's
This
still
is,
in the
this
camp,
is all
then Allison will aid as well.
right.
I get an 11, so no.
Merp.
You have a +1 for me.
All right.
That's a 31 then.
31. As Dimitra, with her long blonde braid, a little bit muscular for an elf, this beautiful tattoo around her right eye that almost looks like she has a scope over it, her combat leathers at the ready at all time. She goes over the plans with you, Hannah, as Allison also keeps a close eye and takes a little bit of notes on some pieces of paper. She eventually concludes her whole summary of the terrain and says, and that should take you to the fort itself. Now then, are you ready to move out?
Yeah.
I guess we are. Yeah.
Very well then.
Yes.
The journey there should take about 2 days. If all goes well, I hope you shouldn't have more than a day or two work over there. 2 days travel back. We will wait word for you within a week After that, we will send scouts to ascertain the situation over there.
Well,
Again,
we hope to be done before then.
I hope so too. Again, understand that this is not just a mop-up operation, or most of all, it is information gathering.
Crystal, could you mute yourself while you're doing that, please?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we have to. So we should not burn everything, but just kill everyone and then take everything.
Sort of, Ira. We wanted to, we want to scout, basically.
So kill everyone. Yeah.
Well, scout and do whatever you can, of course. If there are forces of the Darklings at work over there, then, well, do what you can, but don't overextend yourselves.
Makes sense.
All right.
We'll be good.
Let the blessings of the Summer Queen be with you. Let the radiation of the Midsummer Blade guide your path, and let it strike through with all of you. Good luck.
Kurunao, watch over you, Dimitra.
Thank you, Grikal.
Yes.
I hope his golden rays shine down upon all of us in these trying times.
Well, Anna, lead the way.
All right, so with that out of the way, you will now start once again a journey through the wilderness. We've never done this before, so we're gonna go for the standard formation, travel, yada yada.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Kind
Yeah.
of. Except I don't have a shield to raise. Because I'm wielding the Midsummer Blade now, which is two-handed. So I'm gonna... I guess I'm just gonna keep an eye out for danger. I think that's really what I want to do then.
Then, Hannah, would you be so
Yes.
kind to start us off with a survival check?
I would.
Nicole and Iro, go ahead and make your perception checks.
I
And
shall
Alice,
perceive.
as you get out your book of all the different floras that you might find in these terrains, what are you looking for?
Yeah, good question. I'm just gonna look around, see if I can find anything special.
Very well. Go ahead and make your 2 herbalism checks.
One is a 24.
Mm-hmm.
The other is a 21.
21 and 24. Not too bad, but not too well. You do come across some nice little things. As the first day travel goes, Hannah, what is your survival check?
23.
23, all right. As the first day of travel goes, you guys are marching along the different paths. Hannah with her staff with scintilling mistletoe up top, keeping pace and guiding you through all of these nooks and crannies. It seems that the different notes that Dimitra had on her map were very beneficial to your travels, as this time around no hacking and slashing is needed through the underbrush. No different jungle machete whipping around. You can just follow the different paths, and although you are making a lot of meters, the pace is very well kept, and you guys are marching through the forest without anything bad happening whatsoever. In the meantime, Allison, you are darting around and eventually come across
Whoosh! Whoosh!
something that catches your attention and is actually the same as that you found before, which gives a little bit of excitement for you as you are trying to distill these objects to enhance the fire breath of Grikal, as you once again see the orange glow of different orange-colored garlic cloves growing in the underbrush. As you get there and again, try to get these flame cloves out of the ground. Go ahead and make your crafting check to see how well you do.
28.
28, very nice. It seems that you are already very much known to this beautiful plant, as you get a couple of cloves out of it and you get a total of 2 doses to continue your research.
Makes sense.
All right. In the meantime, Grikal and Iro, what were your perception checks for this leg of your journey?
I rolled a 29.
29?
Oh, damn. I rolled a natural 2, So that's a total of 10. But I do have scent.
Ah. Well,
30
You smell a
feet
lot of
it,
stuff.
In fact.
you smell a lot of stuff.
How much?
Sweet.
How much of that stuff that Grakal smells is just himself?
About
Or
50.
Iroh. Iroh's feet.
Yeah, you have like
Oh, no, wait, you got the
50%
boots
Grakal.
off.
You have 50% Grakal, 30% Iroh, like 10% Hannah, no percent Allison, as she's starting through like the underbrush way farther away than just 30 feet, and then 10% just Flora and some beast droppings from Fauna. That
And from Hannah.
Very nice. Well, I don't know.
2% attitude, 1%. What's that song again from Fort Minor?
I don't know. It doesn't exist in this world, so there we go. However, Iroh, eventually during your travels, as you let Lenore fly up, your small raven familiar, she eventually comes back with a scale, and you take a look at it, and you can see that this is a blue scale that is very much familiar to you, as just a couple of days before you've been combating these drakes with hobgoblins riding on top of them. And the rest of the day you keep an eye out, and eventually you can put everybody down for a little second, as you can see a squadron of 5 total drake riding hobgoblins of the Talons of the Mighty One, the tribe that live in these lands, just fly overhead, just a little bit out of your reach, far enough that they don't spot you either.
Okay.
So you had slain their leader, Tazric the Drake Lord. It seems that these creatures themselves are still very much at large.
Oh. They still rule their earth. When you said skill, I pictured like Lenore arriving with a set of skills. Like, oh, how does she carry this? But
Yeah, I'm sorry.
skill makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is maybe something to keep in mind. However, we are staying under trees and such in the underbrush, so we'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Eventually, this first day of your journey ends as you try to find a nice little alcove to set up camp. Hannah, just for shits and giggles, go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
Another?
Yeah, just to see if you can find like a place to set up camp.
I think these are going to be a lot of shits and many giggles.
Oh, that's cocked. I am use my hero point.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's one.
Ah,
That's not something I want. Okay, this is 25.
25. Very good, very good.
Yeesh.
At the end of your first day, as the sun is getting very, very low, and you are now traveling in the shadows of the different mountains of the Cragged Hills, you take a moment for yourself, look at the underbrush, try to envision the vision that Melora gave you, and eventually, half instinctively, half remembering it, you say this way, and you push a little bit through a couple of bushes, and eventually get next to this small little creek that runs past this large overhanging tree with a little bit of a bank underneath it. A perfect place to set up camp and have a clean water source next to you as well. So a very nice place to set up camp. The bag of holding is emptied of your gigantic tent. Different beds are made, or different mats to meditate on in the case of Allison, and you can begin to take your night's rest. Who are having the lookouts this time? Is everybody taking 2 hours?
I think so.
Then, to carry this along, all 4 of you go ahead and make a perception check. And we'll just go by the order that you guys are appearing on screen. So that is going to be Grakal, Hannah, Allison, Iroh. Grakal.
Right. Starting off with a massive 8 plus 8 is 16. Let me remind you that I have scent.
And you smell the beautiful fireplace next to you. It is an imprecise scent, so it only comes into play when you don't have your normal eyes. So, there we go. As the sun sets and the fire is still very much on, everybody is going to bed, and Grakal, you are left to your own devices as the small creek kibbles along a little bit. Things are very peaceful, and you feel very well knowing that you have the Midsummer Blade next to you by your side to vanquish all of the shadows, knowing that you finally aligned yourself with the different fey creatures of these realms, and knowing that the route that you are taking is a, well, safe one, at least, concerning Dimitra's notes. As such, you let your guard down a little bit, and are not on the lookout as much, as eventually you can even see small little fish swim by in the creek, and your beautiful night's watch comes to an end as you tap awake Hannah, who then takes your place. Hannah, go ahead and make a perception check.
20.
20. All right. As you are sitting here, the campfire still keeping it on a little bit for warmth, you take a look up at the sky, and you can see, however, that a, well, somewhat familiar effect is taking place. Different floods of cloud are slowly but surely gathering in the night. But other than that, nothing specific seems to happen. Allison, perception.
17.
17. Hannah, pointing this out to you, you also take a look up at the sky, and with that you are a little bit forgetful of surveying the rest of your surroundings. But you can see indeed that eventually the stars are, well, twinkling here and there. It's not that the entire sky is completely blackened by this, but it is getting cloudy, and the summer, who was already coming to a little bit of an end, like in our days we would be like somewhere like halfway end of August, that sort of temperatures, so you have a little bit of a chill now and then. The chill is here, and you begin to think, is this a real chill, or is this the same chill that the influence of the Shadowfell had thrown over us? With this knowledge, you eventually tap Iroh awake, who then takes his turn to guard the fort. Iroh, perception.
I think I have to use a hero point because I rolled net 1.
Oof.
And I was thinking, am I just gonna roll with this and just fall asleep all over again? But no, I'm gonna use my hero point for this.
Allison also telling you of the coming darkness.
I'm like, oh, okay, it should be getting lighter because I'm at the end of the shift, so that doesn't sound good. This is better. This is gonna be 29 again.
29.
Yeah.
You woke up very much rested, and then Allison basically just shook you away. We're gonna die! And like with all of the stress in your body, you are seeing everything. And what you see is that while the sky is darkening, as the sun slowly but surely comes up once again, it's not the same as it was the last time you saw it. You are not covered in mist. It is clouded, and there is this, well, the clouds are a little bit gray, so it's probably not gonna rain, but it does give this depressive attitude to the weather a little bit. But you all wake up without, well, ghosts surrounding you whatsoever.
I give a little nudge with my foot against Allison to wake him up, and I just say, "It's just cloudy, man," and I walk past.
Everybody is gathering around the camp once again. Breakfast is had. Campsite is picked up. Everybody is strapping themselves into their armors, as you know that somewhere along late afternoon you should reach the fort.
DM, can you tell me again how much gold per day I can basically make with my preparations?
I can and I will. So,
that's just something on the side.
As we are mixing up a little bit, you can create one potion each night.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can create one potion a night if you pay the other half of the costs.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if a potion would cost 10 gold pieces, you could create one in one night by crafting and spending 5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can create a potion over multiple nights by like spending that other gold during the other nights.
We're currently in the second process.
Yes, and you are a 6th level. You're expert, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that is very nice. That would mean that 8 gold pieces of worth
Okay,
in
cool.
only 1 night of crafting.
In that case, last night I completed my lesser comprehension elixir, and this night I'm gonna work on more dark vision elixirs.
All right. As the alchemical process of Allison is underway, go ahead and make your crafting check for that because you do need to make the DC.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You do. And with that, you create. Let's see here. There we go. What are the rules? There we go. All right. So you can save a quarter of the costs if you would like. So you can say, like, okay, I'm just going to pay a quarter of the cost and then it's done already because the process is going so well.
Sure. Iro, can you point off like 5 silver?
Okay, and there you have another dark vision potion already at the ready.
Cool.
As different vials all clinking against each other, this nice assortment of all different alchemical components is becoming a quite little arsenal for all of you. Nice. All right. So, for the second day of your journey, Hannah, another survival check, if you please.
Let's see. 26.
26. Things are coming along quite nicely as you guide your party through the dense forestation once again, following all of these small little paths made long ago by different animals trekking through this. You don't have to cut away any single leaves and you can actually see all of your footfalls, which makes it very easy not to step in any traps laid by hobgoblins or poison ivy or other different hazardous materials that might be along your way. Grikal, Iro, go ahead and make your perception checks for me, please.
All right, let's hope for a better one this time. Oh, that's 15 plus 8 is 23, baby. And let me remind you that I have sent.
Sorry, didn't catch that. What was that?
This is gonna be a thing now, isn't it?
I'm just so happy I have scent now. It's so cool. I get to smell stuff. It's cool.
It's not like you couldn't smell before.
He was just clocked up the
No.
entire
All
5
other
minutes before
our
this.
pack members are mechanically not able to smell shit. I mean stuff. Well, or shit.
Sure.
I mean, it's just a cold. It's nothing bad or anything.
Allison, as you trek through the different woods, jumping from one bush into another, this time Hannah is like putting on the pace, and you have to like put in a little bit of effort to keep track of her. And as such, you don't have as much time to like rummage through all of the different places. However, you do find eventually a small plant that you haven't thought about for a long time. But oh, this is nice. Hensbane. Hensbane is a small weed which grows many pointed green leaves and dull yellow flowers with brown veins throughout. While it doesn't really have strong alchemical applications, it can be used as a painkiller.
It's nice. Can cause hallucinations of flight.
Yes.
I should not give this to Grikal or Hannah, in that matter.
So it's just like a little plant that, if prepared correctly, it can make you a little bit.
It's literally a drug.
It's well, it does say that it's a weed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
There you
fair.
I mean, what weed is subjective, obviously.
exactly. Go ahead and make your crafting check to see how much you can harvest from this plant.
26.
26. All right. You get a total of 4 doses.
Nice. I haven't had
There you
these
go.
before, so that's cool.
Nope. You've known about them for a long time, but
Yeah.
all right. As you have gathered this, wow. Grikal, eventually, as Hannah keeping pace, you take a look out further through the forest, and you begin to realize your vision is shortening. It's getting misty. Take a look out. It's very cloudy.
Grikal screams. Ghosts may come! As I ready my blade.
Well, with the 29 on your perception check, you take a look around and you
20,
can see...
23.
Oh, 23. Oh, I'm sorry. Iroh, what is your perception check?
19.
19. All right. In that case, with a 23, you take a look around. Crap. It's too late. Mist all around you. If you had a higher perception check, you might have figured out, like,
Seen it
oh,
coming.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Makes sense.
You're not being assailed yet.
Well,
Yeah, so I draw my weapon and I get ready to fight as I scream this.
Hannah, can you
Yeah,
get in touch with nature to find a way out or something?
I can try.
All right. Recall the beautiful, glimmering white metal, not ignited with light now, but still at the ready. Hannah, you try to take a moment. Staff to the underbrush. Close your eyes. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please, with the +1 because you were in tune with your surroundings.
Perception?
Yes.
Allison's gonna throw his blade around for a shield.
All right.
28.
28. All right. As this is going on, Grokal is looming over you with his large blade in a protective manner. On the other side, Allison twirls his blade around as you can see this glimmering shield of arcane energy being thrown up by his movements. Iroh, what do?
I stand
You stand.
in mountain position.
You stand in mountain. Stand.
Yeah.
And, like, this is beautiful.
In
I
your
Like,
do the
shirt.
mountain. I do the mountain stand.
Yeah.
Stand.
this, I like this visual. Like Hannah at the ground, like hand there. Grokal at one side, Allison at the second one, and the third Iroh at the ready. You wait.
I like the sight of Aro just standing behind. What's going on? Even more.
Like, oh, we should do stuff. Okay, and I just widen one step. Like, okay, pop.
Like Iroh running away in the distance, like.
See you tomorrow.
As Hannah, you are taking your time with this. You guys are looking around. On the side of Iroh, sorry buddy. On your side, you can see, just in the distance, walking perpendicular of you, a mist-formed figure, probably one of these ghosts that you have seen before. But it goes away. Hannah, eventually, that way.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Okay, so
So Grokal ignites the blade, and
Alright.
it gives off bright light.
As Grokal focuses for a moment, the white blade ignites zoom, as bright light in 15 feet. Not the 20 that you have seen before, but 15 feet is being radiated from this blade with another 15 feet dim light. As this goes on, you can already see the mist evaporate as you are in this, what seems to be protective globe of daylight that Grokal is emanating from his blade. You guys begin to step forward, and with every step, the mist burns away without an issue. With this, you can continue your journey forward, and eventually, as you begin to trek further and further, Hannah leading the way, you pierce out of this mist without ever having to deal with even one of these ghost-like entities. This movement goes on for like
Grokal,
5 minutes. The light of the blade still goes on for 5 minutes after that, after which the magic slowly subsides.
Grokal says, "Almost sad. Did not get to fight yet."
I'm afraid we will probably have to soon. So I don't think you're gonna have to wait for that much longer. So I
Yeah,
put my blade
it's
back.
fine like this. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't have to fight.
Well done, Hannah. Well done.
Thank you.
Continue.
However, as you guys continue your trek forward, Grokal, as you take out the blade, you look up, and the
You know what?
white
I'm
clouds.
actually gonna see if Ryan can hold the camera because
Wait,
I feel like
I'm sorry.
having
Who was that? Are you watching series while we're doing this, Hannah?
No. My PlayStation was still on, and I don't know what happened, but it started YouTube out of itself. I don't even know where my controller is. Wait.
This is not the commitment that we need, Hannah.
We call it SpookTube.
Focus.
It's spooky YouTube. You just start
I
out.
wasn't even watching.
But let's get back in the game. As you guys begin to trek forward, Gurkal, you try to get the blade to receive some sunlight, but you gaze upward, and the thick white clouds are making way for deep, deep gray ones. And as you continue your trek forward, these gray clouds eventually turn over into black, dark storm clouds. No direct sunlight is hitting the blade, so it cannot recharge right now. You continue your trek, and eventually, after 6-7 hours of total trekking, a blanket of rain begins to fall down on all of you. While before, the rain that you felt was a welcome one, as the hot weather was withering away at your stamina, this rain is icy cold.
Can I use my shield spell to get rid of the rain?
Let's see. Casting a spell eventually fatigues you if you do it for a long time during travel, isn't it?
Depends on the spell, I think, but it could be. Yeah, it could be.
I think so.
Yeah, it could be. Then in
But
that
still,
case, no.
You guys can shield yourself a little bit, and it's not like it's just annoying. But the real hit of this is that you begin to realize that this is probably not completely normal. You also begin to remember that the light source of Gurkul was dimmed a little bit, effects that are all too familiar to your party.
So as
Eventually-
we're basically getting into what appears to become a relatively dark area, I hand out a elixir of dark vision to both Gurkul and Hannah. Sorry, Ira.
And these will work for how long?
Couple of hours, I think. I'm gonna have a look at that.
That would be nice.
I'll look it up in a bit.
Very well. As these are handed out, you continue your travels forward until eventually you guys, from the cleared path from animals, you come to a cleared path which was actually paved long, long ago. You follow this path for a couple of minutes further until eventually you find this ruined sign hanging crooked, overgrown with moss and other vegetation, pointing towards the distance that you are traveling. Fort Blueborough. You are very close.
Alright, so these elixirs last for 10 minutes, so it's not that long, but it's still useful.
So, for your information, taking a look at your side gabers inside your own head, you are probably somewhere around 4-5 in the afternoon. You really, really stepped the pace. You have gained a couple of hours. It seems that the fort is very close by. Do you wish to continue?
I think so.
Allison says, I'm not sure how safe it is to be relatively close during the night, guys. We might want to backpace a couple of bits and get some camping going.
So, let me get this straight. It's afternoon,
Yeah, it's like 5.
and we're basically there already.
Yeah.
You are
So-
close. How close exactly you don't really know, but it's not gonna be 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. That's just the best that I can do.
I wouldn't at least advise to go further right now. Let's camp outside. Maybe have Eleanor scout a bit.
Yeah, but I think if we're gonna stay outside and we're this close, we are gonna get attacked in the evening.
Yeah, that's
So
maybe get some
it's
shelter.
better to be the one that attacks in the evening inside the fort than be the ones that are attacked.
I'm not sure how you're feeling, but I've been walking all day. I'm getting tired.
Gurkul
Yeah, I can
agrees
go for a
with
night.
Iroh. Well, not anymore. We are close, but we have already passed into their domain. We rest here. We will be prey. We must make ourselves hunters. Once we
But-
pass the fog, no going back. Yes?
Kind of agree, but if it's dark, we're fucked.
What if we go back a bit, then camp over there, and then go in tomorrow?
I feel that's the better option, yes.
Gurkal pulls out the ever-burning torch. How much does it shine? How well?
Somewhere between 10 and 15 feet. And you know, when you were
It's
in
good.
the belly of the beast, it was halved. Like normally it's 20-20. And
Yeah.
when you were in the belly of the beast, it was 10-10. And now it's somewhere between 10 and 15, 10 and 15.
Oh, that's pretty okay.
Gurkal say, we go. Allison say, we stay. Yes?
We have a week. We shouldn't rush. Like, it's better to play safe. Like, they
Yeah, but
they
we
are
have
an
1
advantage.
month.
I don't think outside is safe.
They are at an advantage if we go in at night. Like, most of those creatures will probably not like sunlight. That's why this whole cloudy thing is over here. But if it's dark, they're probably even stronger.
Yeah, but I think we are really gonna get attacked outside.
All right.
Especially
so,
since we
Hannah.
already moved through the fog.
okay. So now we're gonna watch in and clear this in one night. Is that the idea? I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
Yeah,
this is.
probably,
I
right?
don't think this is a one-day thing.
Probably.
But then
The
it
army
won't
couldn't
be
be
one
that
day.
big.
Then it won't be a 1 day thing tomorrow either, right?
Yes, but at least we can start from the early morning, right? Now we maybe have like 3 hours to do stuff instead of 12.
Well, you can
How-
use the night.
How far back was the fog wall, basically?
That pretty much started halfway through your journey. So that would be like the moment that you cleared it was an hour away. But you have also learned that it moves around.
Right,
So
right now we're still not like in the center of it. We're still somewhere roughly inside, but not at the center. If we go inside the center, we're fucked at night. That's what I'm saying.
Inside the
Hannah.
center of the fog.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but
What
that's why
say,
we're moving
Hannah?
into the fort.
Where do you think the fog
You.
is?
Decide now.
Well, not in the fort.
I think it might be best to go back a bit and then camp over there, because then we have a chance on some rest, and now we don't have rest at all.
there are a lot of unknowns
How
right
far
here.
back?
There are a lot of unknowns right here. You know that you have passed the fog. So it's somewhere, quote unquote, behind you, whatever that might mean. Like it moves around, so that's a difficult one. You know that it is cloudy right now. So there's no sunlight right now while it should be. However, right now you can still see. During night you will not be able to see, so that's where the dark vision potions come in, of course, but still, that's a disadvantage indeed. If you are going to camp, it's going to be the question, are you going to be safe so you can travel backwards to get further and further away of it all? That's a thing that you can do.
I think that might be best.
I feel like playing this safe. We can spare a couple of hours, guys.
You can also still remember the immortal words of the legendary warrior Leroy Jenkins, namely Leroy Jenkins.
He has a point.
I do not know this
Look,
warrior.
I don't say
Just
I
throw
don't
another
think this
upside
is. I don't care about the time. It's just that I think we are safer inside than outside at the moment.
I'm not sure if you're aware why this fog is here. It's because they use that fortress, Iro. We can't just get
Yeah,
in
but
there and expect to be
If
safe.
we are gonna be outside, we are gonna be both outside and we are gonna get ambushed. And when we go inside the fortress, at least we are the ambushers.
We have
So
traveled for a couple of hours inside of this fog. It's still a large area. We're still probably at least an hour away from it. The chances of them
No, the
finding us
fog. We
here.
passed the fog a long
Yeah.
time. There's no fog where we are now.
The fog was passed like an hour and a half ago.
Well,
Sweet food.
it's up to you guys. I'll follow. Hannah?
I said that I wanted to go back home.
Your call?
We are hunters. We are the pack. We go on.
I will also go on.
Yep.
I guess we go on.
Split the
Right.
party.
Yes.
Allison says, I'm staying. There was also some talk about letting Lenore scout. Is that still something that we want to do, or
Well, I think that's still a good plan, probably. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
we go on, and Lenore is gonna go even further.
all right? So, as you are standing here in the rain, you eventually come to a conclusion. All right, fine, we'll go on. Iroh, your boots are again soggy. I'm sorry.
No, my boots.
I'm sorry. That's how it was. Now you know what? No, I would say as you have magical boots that are no longer cursed with being soggy, I'd say that your boots are probably the only ones that are not wet at this moment.
Yes.
Your boots magically fit perfectly around your feet. So.
You're welcome.
You're welcome by you. No, I have.
I used magic as well on your freaking boots.
You didn't. The other guys did.
I did. No, you
Hannah aided in the whole process of
Oh yeah.
depersonalizing
Oh yeah,
your
you
boots.
I did. Yeah. In that
did. You
case, thank
forget,
Yeah.
So,
bastard.
as the pack members are
You didn't give me Ephemead. I didn't remember.
as the pack members stop bickering about what happened last session, their weapons even more tightly, they trek forward over the beaten path in the distance towards Blueburrow. The rain is pouring downward, and eventually, Hannah, you stop the rest of the party, then wank them forward as you are just now sitting in the last little bit of underbrush before a small clearing begins. And at the end of it all, you can see the somewhat small, very square fortress, ruined on one side at the back, rain pouring in through what seems to be a hole in the ceiling. Gazing forward, you can see in the distance 2 guards standing there, long sword in one hand, shield in the other, head crooked a little bit. No flesh whatsoever on their skeletal visage. You can see a little bit of movement as another individual walks along the fort and out of sight. There we go. Let me just get... There we go. If we could get the battle map.
On it.
Next. And
Once you've switched it, I'll switch it too.
I switched it, haven't I?
Have you?
Yeah.
I have.
Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah.
It's the wrong one. Okay, cool. There you go. That's a small fort.
Yep, it is a small fort. So, we have all of our beautiful compatriots somewhere around here. Let me just grab all y'all. Somewhere in the underbrush here to the top left, sorry.
Top left, okay.
As you can gaze over, you can see that somewhere on the back, like this is the underbrush right here. So you can still all stand in a certain formation right over there.
All right. Well, yeah, there's not much to go on. Maybe have our little birdie scout first, see if we can get more information. Look at
I
Aria.
think that's a good plan. So I look at Lenore and I say, Lenore, we need your help. Please see what's going on in the castle. Go, my bird, go.
Eleanor flies off, circles the castle for a second,
Gets shot.
then dives down out of sight. Let's see. Can you go ahead and make a stealth check for Lenore, please?
So I believe she have.
You have her stats.
I do have stats. She does have stats. Oh, it's a 15. That's better.
15.
No, not the 15. 15 plus 8, so that's 23
Oh, okay.
in total. I rolled a
23
15.
total. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so that's against stat blocks. There we go. There we go, stat blocks. Oh god, an entire fort full of stat blocks. There we go. 23, you said.
Yep.
Plus 8 sounds really low, but that's all right.
Perching on your shoulder, she spits up a small pebble. You turn it over to the other side. There's a little bit of blood spatters on it.
Ah, a killer pebble. Guys, they have killer pebbles inside.
That's indeed what they have.
Well, that was useful.
That's a clue.
Well,
Do I see an entrance? Where's the entrance? Is it where the
Yes.
two skeleton dudes are?
Wait,
yes. You can see an entrance
I
on
got-
the... Oh,
I can speak with animal.
very well. You can't speak with animal.
Yeah.
So there you have
Hey,
it.
Lenore.
Ah,
What does that stone with blood means?
well, I just... oh dear.
Yeah,
cat still doesn't
he
understand my
thinks they're
concept.
killer pebbles now. So
Of course he does. No, it seems that on the top of the fortress there's a large hole into a central chamber. There is a fireplace and some shambling bone things walking around. There's one person holding a staff doing something.
doing something.
I don't know what he was doing. I don't really understood.
Was he casting magic?
Casting what now?
Magic? Thing we do with.
She's a bird.
I have this staff and I sometimes do. Yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so
Oh, and I wanna give a quick message to Melo. If I can.
Hannah,
Like quick.
what's up?
Okay, so I kind of got instructed by Gorkal that I should only fight for the world and not for my friends or you. So if you're in danger and I looks like I can't heal you, just run. Okay.
wait, does he do it at me or Hannah?
No, it's like he doesn't really do it, but like Hannah understands like the facial expression of Melo. Like, and he continues with,
Wait,
you know what? Fine, just.
not too far. I need to find you afterwards, but there's just I don't want you to die.
I don't know what phase you're
I will-
going through.
I will
but
try.
It's fine. It's fine. Sure. Let's just
You?
look. Let's just focus on the task at hand, okay? Somewhere in there's our prey. We're gonna hunt it.
Yeah.
All right. Tuk, tuk, tuk.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
Okay. I told the rest what Lenore said to me.
All right.
Cool.
And to
So I have some questions.
yes.
Oh.
You
Yeah. Okay. So
We're good at this tonight,
sorry,
guys.
you first. You first.
the entrance to the fort is between those two skeletons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allison would like to scout around a little bit as well. If Melo or Hannah would like to accompany me, that'd be great because they're pretty stealthy too. But I just want to see all the areas, and I want to see if there are any collapsed areas that we can climb in fire as well. On the battle map, I see this nice little tree. I'm wondering if I can maybe climb fire that tree inside, that kind of stuff.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, Allison.
28.
Very nice. As you are stalking around, you make like a nice little semicircle over the hills from underbrush to underbrush. You are keeping very well out of sight. And you can see that with efforts, you could probably climb in via the tree through the rubble, but it would be an endeavor that takes some time. So you are beginning to see like the trade-off. This will probably be difficult to stay stealthy while doing so, but it can be done.
All right. So in general, the structure itself, how collapsed is it?
It's only collapsed from that side and only like the top portion of it. So the what you can see with the different like small looking holes through the fort itself, you can see that there are a total of 1, 2, 3. Let me just take a look. See here, just to be sure. Yeah, ground floor, first, second, third. And then after that, there is like the collapsed area with like the rubble. But like from the rubbled area, you can already get to the well, in American it would be like 4th floor, like 1st floor, 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Okay, cool. The skeletons that are like guarding this, are they using ranged equipment as well?
You can see that the skeletons themselves, like the 2 at front, are only holding a long sword and a shield in each arm, although the ones that are patrolling up top do seem to be carrying longbows.
All right. I go back. All right, so there is a way in from the other side. It's probably going to be difficult to stay stealthy while climbing in there, so I'm not sure if this is a thing that everyone should or could be doing. What I'm currently thinking is have either Melo, well, no, that probably wouldn't work. Okay, Hannah, can you take care of the?
Yeah.
Can you take care of those on top, while we take care of those below?
How do you expect me to do that?
Well, I think you're the only one with a ranged option here. Magic.
Henna, fly there, then kill.
I can't fly.
Recall, throw
I mean-
Iroh.
It's 4 floors up. That's a heavy toss.
Go ahead and all of
Iroh,
you,
very small.
go ahead and make perception checks for me, please.
It's 16.
16,
19.
Oh,
19,
25.
25.
I see nothing. It's a net 1.
Natural 1. Okay. As everybody is bickering a little bit, Hannah, there's one snippet of information that comes to your mind. You are looking at these skeletons. They seem familiar. The little bit of shadow coming off of their bodies. These seem to be the skeletons that you fought, well, the same skeletons that you fought a long, long time ago in the mountains of the spine of the world, where you vanquished the shadows the first time you met them. They are, well, they were formidable foes back then. But here, probably 2 solid hits can take them out.
Huh. Ah.
Like you remember,
Okay, so
you remember their mean, like the level 2. There you go.
the 4th floor, is that like 30 feet high?
More
For
than
what
that, right?
purpose? For what purpose?
Well, I have this beautiful spell that's called Disrupt Undead,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to be in 30 feet of them.
No, that's not gonna make it, I'm afraid. Because you also have to have like a line of sight that's gonna be more than 30 feet. Yeah.
What if I climb up the tree?
If you would do it like while climbing and getting up to the fort, yeah, eventually you would be in range and snap. It could be done.
Okay. So all the guards we can see are on the rooftop right now, right?
2 on the floor.
Like
2
the
on the
ones
roof.
that are on the
2 on
building.
the floor as well. Yeah. 2 on the floor, just like standing.
Very well.
And 2 on the
Recall,
roof are those
shall
on
go up
the
there.
corners.
Grakal shall go up there.
How?
You destroy those down.
No, I can do it.
Grakal,
I
Jump. And climb. So,
Can I?
out of character, I've got the I've got those bracers that give me +10 speed, And on top of that, I'm going to be using Athletic Rush to gain another +10 speed and a bonus to my athletics check. So I'm going to make a huge leap and then continue, finish it off with a climb.
All right. So
That's
from
what Carl's suggesting.
Oh, okay. He's suggesting this.
Yeah, basically
Okay.
in out-of-game mechanics, I'm just explaining
All
to
right.
the rest
Yeah.
of the party.
If you think you can do it, that's fine. Melo and me can try and go for the left one. Iro, Hannah, right one.
Yeah, easily.
Cool.
All right. So go ahead and position yourselves on the battle map the way you want. You can. Well, first off, all of you go ahead and make a stealth check for me real quick.
Do I need to roll a new one?
I have one more
No
thing.
maneuver. Stop.
I want to ask, I don't know, Allison for rope.
I give it.
Rope is
Yeah,
given.
you have rope? You have good rope?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Right.
yeah, people have been tying me up with pretty good rope. One more question, DM. Do
Yes.
I remember these skeletons using poison?
You do not remember anything.
Okay.
Sorry,
Nice.
already
I have
let
a-
people check for all of them, and Hannah was the only one that remembered something.
I had a 20-7 on my stealth, baby.
Nice.
28.
28.
16.
16 for Hannah. Okay.
24.
24. And what for Melo?
Oh, shit.
And apparently Lenore has an extra point for stealth. She has a +9 instead of +8.
Mado is a 28.
28. All right. So, with that, go ahead and position yourselves on the battle map as you see fit.
Can I be placed around the corner on the left top side? I cannot move myself. Are people doing things?
Mhm.
Can someone move my character to the top left of the
Oh, yeah,
fortress?
sorry. Top left, where's top left?
The corner of the fortress itself, the top left.
Oh, like that.
Wait,
So you
Iro,
wanna
where
be
would you
here.
want?
Yeah,
Where do
but
we
then
want to
around the
be?
corner, but yes.
Somewhere around like there, I think. Yeah, something around
yeah.
like here.
I'm gonna try
Okay.
and.
I'll
Oh
go
no,
somewhere
wait! I'm gonna
too.
be with Allison. I think that makes sense to go around, and then start climbing right next to Allison, or one further.
So
Yeah, unless they spot us, obviously. But
you can try to climb stealthily, like slowly, but like not make enough sound, or just like.
no, I think it'll be a great distraction and more Gurkal like. So as soon as he just stares at Allison in silence, waiting.
I point at the others. 3, 2, 1, and then basically.
And that's where we'll take a little break.
Cool.
Nice.
Mhm.
As our heroes are assailing Fort Blueburrow in the cold rain with the dark sky ahead of them, let's see what happens next. We will be back in
Nice.
15 minutes at 8:45 to continue this beautiful adventure. I hope you are there. We will surely be. So, until then. Bye.
Yes, I'm gonna have to find the break screen. Like, give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. See you again in a bit.